This is not looking good. It is coming over towards us. I think that's the Palisades fire making its way over here. And then there's a new fire in West Hills that just broke out, which is like 5 miles away from me.
Breaking news is just in. A brand new fire has just exploded in the valley. It's called the Kenneth fire. And you can see here, Hidden Hills, all this region is currently in an evacuation zone. Hidden Hills is home to many, many celebrities and business people throughout Los Angeles, including the Kardashians. If you have any family or friends in the area, you need to let them know to get out now.
All right, quick update. So the Kenneth fires, that is the new West Hills fire that just broke out where I was covering that. That's near my house. We've got evacuation orders. Now we just got a disregard message for the evacuation order saying that it was preemptive and they sent it out on accident. But they said still be prepared to evacuate. I'm not taking any chances. I'm packing all my shit up still that I can. Just to be ready and get out of here, whatever I can take and fit into my car. But this is a travesty. From 10,000 to 50,000 acres in minutes is just nuts. I mean, there's people that don't even know what to do. They're still on the hill over there. Hold on, let me see if I can show you.
In this video, we will take a closer look at how the California wildfires started, beginning from the Palisades region, extending through the Hollywood Hills, including the Sunset area, and progressing to the Eaton, Hearst, and Lydia fires. More than 7,500 dedicated personnel are actively involved in fighting the flames. The operation has deployed 1,162 fire engines, offering ground support to suppress and control the spread of the fire. Additionally, 31 helicopters are conducting aerial water drops, supported by 6 large water tanker aircraft, to tackle the more inaccessible and high-intensity hotspots. But most importantly, we'll look at how this all started all in the videos ahead. Let's take a closer look at the factors contributing to the fires. To be honest, even experts have been taken aback by how rapidly these extremely dangerous fires have spread. By Tuesday night, the 7th of January, 3 massive blazes had already erupted in northern Los Angeles, with more following on Wednesday. Let's examine the largest of these fires. The Palisades fire, as mentioned, began at 10:30 a.m. local time on Tuesday. This image, captured just 15 minutes after the fire was first reported, already shows its intensity from the sky. The fire quickly ballooned throughout the afternoon, raging between the beach towns of Santa Monica and Malibu. By midnight, it had consumed nearly 3,000 acres, destroying numerous buildings and homes, so many, in fact, that officials are still struggling to determine the full extent of the damage. The cause of the fires has not yet been identified. However, what we do know is that they have been supercharged by fierce, dry winds blowing in from the northeast. These winds, known as the Santa Ana winds, accelerate as they hit the mountainous terrain around Los Angeles. This can be seen in the striking bands of pink and purple on weather maps, indicating the areas affected by these devil winds. The Santa Ana winds also drastically reduce humidity levels, drying out the land and making it more flammable. With wind speeds reaching up to 60 miles per hour, these conditions are so extreme that firefighting planes have been unable to take off. Fire chiefs describe the combination of low humidity, dry soil, and strong winds as creating some of the worst fire conditions imaginable.
There's another fire that done broke out in California. They got a whole new fire that done broke out in the West Hills area, just north of the 101 in California. And what's next to the West Hills? Calabasas. And doesn't it seem weird that the fires are going from one side of Los Angeles all the way to the other side of Los Angeles? It's almost like it's perfectly being started. You know, like, I don't know. Am I tripping?
Evacuations have just been ordered now, and specifically it's for Van Owen south to Burbank Boulevard and from County Lane Road east to East Valley Circle Drive. Eliana Moreno is a news chopper for Eliana. This one has exploded in the last few minutes.
It has, Kathy. We first spotted it when we were over Altadena looking at the Eaton fire, and then we looked towards the Palisades fire and realized that there was a second plume to the west of the Palisades fire. So we made our way over here, and by the time we arrived, the fire was already at 20 acres. It has since grown significantly with the potential for 1,000 acres here in the West Hills area, touching on Agora Hills as well, and possibly Calabasas as well. It's difficult to tell with all of the smoke just how far this fire has extended, but we're north of the 101 freeway. We're west of Valley Circle, and this is a fire that's being fought with a mutual aid assignment. So we have LA City Fire, LA County Fire, and we also have Ventura County Fire on this one. I'll show you some of the aircraft that are fighting this one.
Fire burning in the West Hills area. Officials are calling this one the Kenneth fire.
Evacuations have just been ordered now, and specifically it's for Van Owen south to Burbank Boulevard and from County Lane Road east to East Valley Circle Drive. Eliana Moreno is a News Chopper 4. Eliana, this one has exploded in the last few minutes.
Fires we're fighting still, and we're stretched out as far as aircraft go. I'll be glad to see something arrive, but yet, it looks like something's coming in there. Maybe it's LA City, but...
Yeah, LA City.
There we are. Yeah, there's a Hawk. So,
good shot.
Yeah, that's also more powerful aircraft.
All right, I said this situation would change rapidly, and it sure is. We now have a new fire, that Kenneth fire, burning in West Hills, and it's traveling along a ravine, traveling south towards Malibu and Calabasas. And so Hidden Hills is evacuated. If you are there, get out. Much of Agora Hills, Oak Park is being evacuated. Calabasas, the fire has jumped the 101 freeway and is burning on both sides. The situation that was already really bad there just got a lot worse. So make sure, if you are under any sort of evacuation warning, to get out. This fire is reported to be burning at a rapid rate of spread, and you can probably hear it. I can feel it. The winds are definitely picking up here as we enter the evening hours. So everyone needs to be really cautious. And if you are in the area where there's evacuation orders, be aware of what's going on. Get out if you can. And if you're not under a mandatory evacuation order, I would start packing a bag and packing your stuff and getting ready to leave, because things can change so rapidly. We've seen this happen the last few days, and you don't want to get caught being unprepared. So everyone, please listen to authorities and get ready.
It looks like a new fire just started in West Hills. I'm in Roscoe and Fallbrook, and I can see the fire that's going on. This is so sad, guys. Like, prayers to everyone.
There is a new fire erupting here in Los Angeles. News is changing quickly regarding these devastating fires, but here's what's happening right now, and I'll be back later with more updates. There is a new fire burning at least 50 acres in West Hills with the potential to reach up to 1,000 acres within the next 30 minutes. This fire is spreading rapidly north, and new evacuations are being triggered. This is a very dangerous situation, and like I said, this story is developing as we speak, so I'll be back soon with more information. Also, the Eden fire has officially reached Mount Wilson and continues to threaten the Angeles National Forest, which would make things even more unpredictable and volatile for this fire. Fortunately, other areas of this fire growth have slowed, but we are not out of the woods. Over 300,000 Los Angeles residents are currently without power. There's also now a curfew being implemented within the Palisades and Eden fire regions so that residents are safe, and also so that people do not interfere with firefighter operations. This curfew is currently set for 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. This will be enforced by the LA Fire Department and LAPD. This is also because there have been a number of looting arrests as people tried to take advantage of a chaotic and desperate situation. If you are thinking about doing something bad, or you're an outside agitator spreading false information about this crisis, this is my simple message to you. Stop.
Oh shit, I just saw fire on this side for the first time. Where was it? It was like right over there. We live not too far from there. It's the top of the Topanga Mall parking lot. This is where the Palisades and Topanga fires are at. And then Altadena, the ones are over there. And then the West Hills one just now over there. So
The Kenneth fire in Woodland Hills looks like it's getting even worse. The fire department is talking about shutting down the 101 potentially because they're worried about it jumping over. So as you can see, it looks like they are concerned that it will get all the way as far as that warning area. So please stay safe if you're in that area. I'll keep you guys updated.
Whole family out. All you have in your mind is just you're in survival mode at that point. I saw men coming into our neighborhoods. Police confirmed it. She had this to say. Take a listen.
It was wild. We just started seeing all these cars pull up, doors open, and groups of men running up our street, going up to the doors of these houses. And we weren't sure what was going on. I'm thinking, are these people here to help my neighbors? I hope so. And I left, and then my husband talked to the police and said, what are those guys doing? These guys don't live here. Get them out. My next door neighbor said, his quote, there were like 100 people that came up on scooters and were trying to get into any and all houses on the street.
And did you physically see police officers stopping them?
I didn't, but it's not to say that they weren't. It was so incredibly chaotic, and I was so worried about my big family and getting them out of our old tinderbox of a house.
I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons that freaked me out. And he was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind and fire's going to start in the right place and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean. And there's not a fucking thing we can do about it. I go, really? He goes, yeah, we just get lucky. He goes, we get lucky with the wind. He goes, but if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. Because these fires are so big, dude. When they're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds. And the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
Yeah, you just have to evacuate, right?
Nothing they can do.
Are you guys just bringing out their keepsakes?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Save some photos.
That's amazing.